Hey everybody, welcome back to the Miser's Guide to Evony. In this walkthrough video, we're going to be looking at Keep 37. We're going to talk about the required buildings and resource costs. We're going to look at the unlocked buildings and features for Keep 37. We're going to think ahead to future keep levels, and I'll give you my recommendations and commentary for this stage of development. Let's first look at the building requirements. For 36, that was a tough one. Now for 37, it gets a little bit easier. It's just resources. So we have walls 36, that is required, of course. And we have Military Academy 1, which you would want to build anyway because it's such an important building. For the resource requirements of the keep, we're looking at between 6 to 10 billion of each resource. We've got 6.7 billion food, just about 8.2 billion lumber, 8.2 billion stone, and 9 billion ore. That's a lot. That's a lot. The resource requirements, if you include the walls 36 and the Military Academy 1, holy man, just about 13 billion food, just about 16 billion lumber, 16 billion ore, and 17 billion ore. Did I say ore twice? 16 billion stone and 17 billion ore. Holy, that is getting insane. Now, what do we unlock? Well, with Keep 37 built, we are going to unlock the Triumphal Arch. We had just recently unlocked the Military Academy 1, which is great for the new research and stuff. I mean, we don't use Academy anymore. We use Military Academy. So all the new important resources, especially PvP-oriented stuff, is in the Military Academy. The Triumphal Arch, you will unlock that, and that per level will increase your rally capacity, reinforcement capacity in battlefield. Like it just makes it so that your rallies and your reinforcement do more, especially in the battlefield. So it's a great building to have, especially if you are one of the main rally setters in your alliance. And the stats that you're seeing right there are it says level 2 on the building, but you can actually scroll to the left or right to see the upgraded version. That is the level 5 version, I think. I think level 1 is 3%, 3%, and 10, 10, and 3. I don't know. I can't remember. But it's definitely a downgraded version of that. Any unlocked features? Not really, unless you consider all of the Military Academy research, which is huge to be a feature. That is definitely worth talking about, and I will make a video for the Military Academy to discuss that research at some point. So, not really in terms of features. I don't think that there's anything new that is really unlocked. Now, let's think ahead to future keep levels. We have for Keep 38, we're going to require Holy Palace 37. And for Triumphal Arch, number 1, we're going to need to do that for your Keep 39. And then Military Academy 4 is what is required for Keep 40. Now, keep in mind that I'm just looking at what is required for the Keep upgrades. However, there is not necessarily a reason that you want to go all the way to Keep 40 and forsake everything else. You might be wanting to work on your Military Academy, for example, throughout this process, work on your rally spot. So you don't have to rush all the way to Keep 40. There are other important things to do that are probably more important than just getting to Keep 40, unlike what we were looking at pre-35. And we're going to talk about that after. And then eventually you'll also want to work on your next tier of troops and the required buildings for that. So this is just what is needed for the keep, but there are other important buildings as well. Let's talk about some recommendations for the stage of development. I already discussed that the Military Academy is a huge new addition to the game. You want to spend a lot of your time and energy working on the research that is in the Military Academy. You'll also want to get your Military Academy up to level 2 pretty soon to make sure you have lots of room for research growth. There's a lot of great stuff in there, so be sure to work on your Military Academy 2 and 3 before waiting to get to Keep 40. You need that stuff. Research in the Military Academy uses tactical scrolls. And there is a tactical scroll consumption mini event that occurs every couple weeks. So try to do most of your research in that time so that you can get some good rewards. The tactical scrolls are picked up mostly by defeating the Immers, which occur on Thursday and Friday every week. And those are mostly the stronger ones as well. You don't get them from the weaker ones. Aside from the military academy, some of their buildings are important to upgrade, even if you're not working, even if you are focusing on your keep, you want to get these buildings done. The rally spot increases your march size. It's very important to get that up as soon as possible, because if you are above keep 35, you're probably pretty competitive. So you're going to want to have a big march size. Your in-city tiles, especially if you don't have a whole bunch of alts, are really something you want to work on as well. If you have a ton of alts, you probably don't need to worry about that so much. But keep that in mind. Having higher level in-city tiles does increase your production quite a bit. Now, please stop upgrading the academy. I didn't say this in the last video, but there's no research beyond keep 35, at least at the time that I'm creating this video. All the new research is in the military academy. You don't need to upgrade that academy, just the general academy anymore. So stop upgrading it. Don't worry about it. Now, remember that keep 36 to keep 40 is a long road. You've already made it farther than 90% of the people playing this game if you've reached this point. So be proud of that accomplishment. Be proud of that achievement and play the game that you want to play. If you've been following this guide to the letter all the way up to keep 35 and so on, you probably have not made a whole lot of military because I told you not to. And that is absolutely the right way, in my opinion, to go up to keep 35. But after that, I don't necessarily agree with those earlier statements, because I think it's time to make a choice. Are you going to push hard for keep 40? Are you going to continue along the path and just shoot for keep 40? Or are you going to take the scenic route and enjoy the grind, put some PvP here, battlefields there? Are you going to do that kind of thing? I would suggest that. I recommend bare bone troops all the way to keep 35, but after that, have yourself some fun. Build up your troops, participate in battlefields, and if you dare, try for your server versus server wings. And you might ask, why the change of heart? Well, if you've already made it here, if you've already made it to this video, keep 36, keep 35, keep 37, then you've probably built up several generals that are really, really strong. And that means you also probably have some decent gear. And unlike pre-keep 35, you have a pretty good chance to be successful in PvP. It didn't make sense to, stop at keep 30 and start building up your military and so on, because you didn't have the civilization gear and Ares gear and Achaemenid gear. Now you do. So it does make sense, and you get a lot of rewards from battlefields and PvP, so it's worth it. Take a look at the Art of War series if you haven't. Watch some battlefield replays, etc., and get into PvP a bit. That's my thought. Thank you very much for watching the video and being subscribers and channel members and all that. And if you did want to become a member and get some perks, then just click the join button on the channel and follow the link in the video description. Thanks very much for watching. I will see you in the next one.